Hello, my name is Leo. Today we're going to talk about data deduplication. Data deduplication is a process in which only one instance of data is written, while other copies of the same data are written as symbolic links or pointers. The benefit from this process is saving disk space. There are some models which predict how much data will be deduplicated, so they calculate efficiency of data deduplication process primarily based on some input parameters such as type of data and results of statistic processing and analysis. Technologies used for deduplication is what the deduplication process depends on. Deduplication can occur inline or post-process. Inline deduplication occurs in real time, so during data flow. It requires fast disk subsystem and write cache to process requirements for input of data fast enough, so it is very resource demanding. The other type, post-process deduplication, occurs after data have been written onto the disk. It occurs in real time but with predetermined time window, and at the same time it occurs, data's input system is not overloaded. Deduplication is mostly used in two cases, in block level and in file level deduplication. Block level deduplication. This type of deduplication requires software to be aware of data on a really low level. It is mostly used in storage servers and as a software component within operation systems. It is very resource demanding, so it requires some specialized hardware architecture, not always but usually, such as NVRAM and specialized processor units for data processing. It can occur as post-process or inline deduplication. Due to big using of resources, only the smaller number of storage server vendors offer inline deduplication, while most of them offer post-process deduplication. Now you'll see an example of block level deduplication. First assume that one data block is 64 kilobytes of data and one disk pointer is 4 bytes. Here you can see a disk on which data blocks will be written. Here you can see a dedup lookup table, so deduplication lookup table with two columns, ID and data hash, which will define data blocks. The first person comes with 4 data blocks, A, B, C and D. All of these blocks are firstly written in cache and then registered in the dedup lookup table, so each of them has a data hash and their ID A, B, C, D, and also written onto the disk. The second person comes with 2 new data blocks, E and F, which are written in the dedup lookup table and onto the disk, while A and B, which are data blocks already written on the disk, only get their pointers which point on that data blocks already written on the disk. The third person has blocks C, D, E and F, and all of them are already registered in the dedup lookup table and written onto the disk, so they only get their pointers. The similar and the same case is with the fourth person, so this person has A, C, E and F data blocks, which are already registered in the dedup lookup table and written onto the disk, so they only get their pointers. And the last person has 3 blocks which are already registered in lookup table and written on the disk, but one new data block G, which is now written in dedup lookup table with its data hash and written on the disk, while others only get their pointers. Here you can see now this third column of the dedup lookup table, which says how many copies of each data block are written on the disk. And for example, A block has 3 copies. One of them is the data block which was for the first time written, and 2 of them are 2 pointers pointing on A block. Now we can calculate the efficiency of data deduplication process. In input, we've had 20 blocks, so each of these 5 persons had 4 blocks, which is in total 20 blocks, times each of these blocks has 64 kilobytes of data, so it makes it sums up to 1280 kilobytes of data. Used disk size is these 7 distinct blocks A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, which all of them have 64 kilobytes of data, plus 13 pointers which point on them, on that data blocks, each of them having 4 bytes, and this is this amount of used disk size. And now we can calculate saved disk space as difference between input and used disk size, and it is approximately 832 kilobytes of data which is saved in this process. So we can conclude that with the duplication we saved 65% of disk storage, which is usual percentage of saved disk storage for data deduplication process for processing big data. Finally, block level deduplication is used commonly for deduplication of big disk subsystems such as backup systems, virtualization disk systems, and big data systems. File level deduplication. This type of deduplication occurs on file level within file system. When file is written in cache memory or onto the disk, computer does hash the entire file, and then it compares, firstly by name and then by the hash, if that data exists in the duplication lookup table. If that file is already written onto the disk, then the symbolic link is created, and this symbolic link represents the file with the file name, and after that subsequently written data are deleted. In the second case, if there isn't file already written onto the disk, the file is firstly written onto the disk and registered in that dup lookup table. Now, file level deduplication is mainly post-process deduplication, so it is not resource demanding. And it does not require any specialized hardware, because there are lots of softwares that can be installed on operation system for file level deduplication. It is mainly used on file servers, email servers, and in document management system, especially for companies use them for document distributions when users have the same files in their folders on file servers or email systems. Now you've learned about data deduplication process. Thanks for watching and stay with us.